Hello everyone, it's Oliver Harper here, and I'm back with my good friend Brad Watson.
Hello.
And today we are covering Krull, the 1983 massive bomb that cost a stupid amount of money and made bugger all back.
It cost a stupid amount of money, made a stupid little amount of money.
Yeah. So folks, if you want to sync up the commentary with your own copy of Krull, put the timestamp to 0 and press play now.
Right, here we go into.
This is I think now considered a cult classic. I think
It is.
It's cult classics are generally, as Bruce Campbell I think always said, it's a film enjoyed by one person who watches it too many times, sort of thing, you know. Because people say things like The Terminator's a cult classic. So well, it's not really a cult classic. It's a really popular movie. I think you can put Krull in that category of cult.
It is, yeah, because it was a bomb, and it's not really considered.
It hasn't had this kind of this sort of rejuvenated kind of life later on. It's just been kind of.
I mean, for me, and then other people that I talk to, we consider it mainly as just an important step in the career of James Horner. But
yes,
but it's a very misstep in the career of pretty much everyone else involved.
Yeah, because everyone mainly remembers it for its great score, which is starts the movie,
which is going on
and
now.
the glaive.
Yeah, the glaive is great.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a great design. There is some wonderful elements to this film, in some of the design, not all of it. And Lisa Anthony and somebody else's voice, and it's all the good old names coming out. But James Horner just gives this movie so much energy. You can kind of just see his face going, "Oh, I've got to inject some energy into this dull film." And he's just going crazy.
He's throwing in stuff like from, I think there's little melodies here and there from Star Trek 2.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of swashbuckling kind of energy to it.
The theme is fantastic. The theme is great. Yeah, it's a real swashbuckling. You know, I would have preferred music like this for like Pirates of the Caribbean, because it's just so swashbuckly and old school. It's great. But yeah, I mean, the other person that I give a lot of props to for this movie is Derek Meddings as well, because even though some of the effects are a bit wonky, there's a lot of really good stuff. You know,
this opening sequence here with the mountain kind of flying towards this planet is a very similar shot that Richard Edlund used with like Alien 3 with a Sulaco, and in 2010 there's a similar shot of this spaceship going towards the monolith. I think
that's true. Yeah,
just a great tracking shot.
Indeed.
You know,
yeah, it's good. But some of the designs are just bizarre in this film.
I just don't. Look
at it.
I just don't.
It's just a big rock floating through space.
yeah. I just don't think the director Peter Yates really had a clue what this film looked like. You know, what it was supposed to look like.
Well, it's I mean, the old conversation about it really that we always really kind of talk about is that as I think you put it very, very well just a little while ago when we were talking about it, is it's a lot of old men trying to make a modern movie, and it's just not quite working. I put it
in the same kind of category as the Black Hole, which was like a Disney's reaction to Star Wars.
Yes.
And they hired basically, a bunch of very talented filmmakers, but who are basically out of touch.
Oh, absolutely,
with what was going on.
I mean, all respect to the guys. I mean, totally. I mean, Peter Yates did some great films. I mean, not
Bullet and stuff like that.
Exactly. I'm not. It's just.
This needed a younger vision, didn't it?
Everyone was still reacting to Star Wars. I think people forget the seismic, effect that Star Wars had on the industry. And on the public's perception of movies as well, and and here we are in 1983, where the same year that the third Star Wars film was coming out, and people were still struggling to keep up with what Lucas and ILM created there, and I think Derek Meddings, was doing a grand job. It's just unfortunately he's over here and he wasn't quite in the same technological. Up front with the technology that ILM had developed, and obviously he was, Thunderbirds and Superman and all that were all very, very old school effects at the time, and he's and he was one of the best at it. I mean, I love a lot of his. I love his effects for Moonraker. I mean, Moonraker is
wonderful,
such an underrated effects movie. The model work is
at the end where they did so many passes.
It's all on one piece of neg.
Winding it back,
optical comping. It's
doing
all
another
one piece of neg. Yeah, it's
bonkers.
It is bonkers.
But I think because I discussed this with Brad earlier before we recorded this, and I discussed this with my friend Tim Partridge a few times. I'm not sure if Tim fully agrees with me, but I felt that Derek Meddings, Industrial Light and Magic ILM should have handled this film.
Absolutely,
this is more in their kind of wheelhouse, where Derek Meddings was really more about sort of the photorealistic kind of making you believe something would happen, like such with Superman, not the fantasy realm of like bolts of lightning and just the subject matter is not really his thing. I mean, he's an absolute pro at what he does, and I think he'd said that they'd try to do different things with this film, like show people new effects, but he said some didn't work and some did, and I think that's what kind of happens where they're trying to be too ambitious, where you've got later on the morphing stuff, which is just like a cardboard cutout of things that's been shrunken down. But this is all Italy, isn't it? This is
Listen to this horrible exposition
of
dialogue.
It's waffling it because they have to really because the film's what's going to happen is if this dialogue wasn't here.
Yeah.
Well, beforehand, when you've got the old man telling you this story, the film would probably make less sense. So they've had to bolt on this voiceover.
Yeah.
And because this lady here, she's her first sort of big movie, and she's just dubbed over with this woman who's got this 40 or 50-year-old woman.
It's such a shame because she's I've seen the footage of her actually on set, saying the lines and in rehearsals and things, and she's fine, she's great, But obviously the American market said they obviously just dubbed it because they wanted her to sound more American. Yeah, I'm guessing. And she's horrible. The voice just doesn't fit. And there's a bit coming up where she's screaming to Colwyn when she's been taken away,
man.
and
it's great.
It makes you not like the character because you're like, oh my god, she's just so annoying.
Let's die, you bitch.
Just and it's a real shame because the actress herself is it's not her fault. She's probably doing a great job.
Because there's
a lot of good actors in this. I mean,
a
lot of good actors.
Oh yeah, look at that fucking door, it's massive. Yeah. It's also, I think maybe it's something I criticised when I reviewed it years ago. My old review of Krull was a bit self-indulgent with showing clips of Bullet for too long. Basically, the car chase through San Francisco.
Why not? San Francisco. An excuse to show the car chase.
Yeah, because some people thought, these clips way too long. I was like, yeah. The film, the world, feels very empty.
Yeah.
It's like they're battling, like these two families obviously going to join forces where their parents disagree, but he's chosen who he loves, the princess, and their powers can as it were, rule the land or whatever.
Yeah. And the sun will rule the galaxy, whatever that means.
At the end they talk about the galaxy. I'm like, well, first of all, they've got no technology to leave this planet. I know. How can they rule the galaxy?
I know.
Rule the galaxy like father and son. But it just was such an empty world.
Yeah,
and
it is totally empty.
It's like I wouldn't risk my life for this fucking castle that's stuck in the middle of this field. Like this is there's nothing going on.
It's like someone's come to take over.
Yeah,
it's like, well, they're welcome.
Yeah, you have it, mate.
We don't want it.
It's a bit dusty as well. I've not done any cleaning for months. But Ken Marshall here now, because every person I speak to who's seen Krull would always say, what happened to Ken Marshall? Because he was in this, I think it's program, a TV show the year before. Is it what was it? Something El Dorado, maybe? Something
Marco
like that?
Polo.
Marco Polo, sorry.
Yep.
That's what got the attention of the filmmakers. But since then, he just disappeared into the realm of TV, popping up in random episodes of shows, and I think he had a stint in a series, like a sci-fi series. But
I think he popped up in Baywatch. I think he popped up in Quantum Leap. He was in Star Trek: Deep Space Nine a few episodes.
This guy is like leading man material. He's got the look, he's got the voice.
Well, they were going for the Errol Flynn
feel,
and he's got that.
I just think he's had bad advice or a shitty agent. That's kind of, or maybe because Krull was a bomb.
I think this film did nobody any favors.
Yeah.
Of these guys. Obviously, the two leads are they're the new talent that they're obviously trying to make them into stars with this movie. And if you're being trying to make into a star with a movie that fails miserably, then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Unless you're Peter McNichol and get over Dragon Slayer by becoming a great character actor.
It's a great line from the TV show Spaced, where Bilbo, is it Bilbo? No, Bill Bailey. Sorry, he goes
Bilbo. Bilbo.
Yeah, that's called Bilbo.
the elf.
Yeah, exactly. He goes. I once punched a guy for saying Hulk the Slayer was rubbish, and then he's like, "Good for you." And he goes, "Yeah, thanks." Because I said, what I should have done was say, "Let's give Krull a try, and we'll discuss it later."
Yes.
And it's like, this old geezer here,
Yeah.
he over eggs his performance as
Freddie
well.
Jones,
He's a bit over the top.
But they're theatrical actors.
I just don't think, because with its design, they've got weird motorbike helmets kind of thing, with this kind of modified.
Yes, they are. They look like motorbike helmets. I never noticed that.
I just, because it's not based on anything. It's not based on a comic strip. It's not based on a novel.
No.
There is it's all designed from scratch and basically borrowed elements from other fantasy genres.
Yeah.
So there's elements of Lord of the Rings in this, which is quite clear. Someone had said it was kind of had loose connections to Dungeons and Dragons, but they kind of debunked that.
Well, it's kind of,
but it's kind of, it just borrows stuff from all sorts of fantasy.
like you say,
creates its own
they're
thing.
making it Excalibur meets Star Wars, and the and at the moment it's just medieval. I mean, the whole thing's medieval, and then when the Slayers turn up and start firing laser guns, then but like I say, it's medieval, but they've got motorbike helmets on. And then you have this magical flame thing that happens now.
This is kind of what, do you think maybe He-Man should have been like? Where you've got...
no, this is very, very much a He-Man type.
Because He-Man's got that kind of medieval thing in the cartoon.
Like you said,
and you could have Skeletor arise, and he's the technology, to sort of threaten He-Man and his underpants and mullet, Because there's a moment coming up here where I think one of the guards shoots the princess's guardian or something, her guard, and she looks up at him, and you think this evil guy's going to say something. He's like the leader of the bad guys, but he says nothing. There's they don't create any characters for these knights as well. It's all, they're all kind of just been given orders by the beast.
Yeah, it's just generic. And we'll get into the beast in a little bit, but he confuses the crap out of me as to what he's supposed to be and what he's, he speaks and then he doesn't, and I don't know. Look, we're ragging on. Look, there's stuff in this. As a kid, As a kid, I loved this film. As a kid, it really did. I enjoyed it, and this stuff. I love all the little lightning strikes every time they clash swords, and all that stuff. As a kid, I was like, yeah, this was right up my alley. I was like, yeah, this is so cool, and I enjoyed it. So I'm not, I'm not totally slagging this film more. I don't think this film is crap. I think it's well intentioned and almost. It's nearly good.
Yeah.
And the stuff that does work was stuff that as a kid I responded to.
Yeah.
So I liked it. Now what's going on there?
Yeah.
What's going on with when these things die?
Yeah.
Like a big slug thing falls out
And
of their
it kind
heads
of
and burrows into the ground without leaving a hole.
Yeah.
It's like what's that all about?
It's very strange.
Look at his costume. What's he supposed to be?
What are you?
What are you?
What are you supposed to be?
Look, the slaves are just standing there.
It's a wonderful set. Yeah. I mean, they apparently created 23 sets at Pinewood.
They took over Pinewood Studios, yeah.
And this is during the time when sort of Superman 3 was coming to its end of its production, when they started shooting. Because this film was commissioned, I think, by Columbia in 1980. So it took a couple of years for it to actually get going.
Yeah.
And they commissioned it on a very kind of loose story, So well, I think a lot of the faults and the money has been misspent on this is definitely Columbia sort of approving a script that was kind of not really.
Yeah.
I don't know, not enough meat to it to sort of.
Well, again, it's a
give it legs.
It's a product of everyone scrambling to try and have their own Star Wars. And, and people would and some things got greenlit because of Star Wars that already had great people had developed. Things like Alien and stuff like that happened. But then there's stuff like this where Columbia's just like, right, we need to create our own fantasy.
Because this wasn't a reaction to things like Conan, because it was already, commissioned. So Conan's the only one that really, that fantasy genre that did well.
Yeah.
And so many of them bombed, didn't they, really, 80s. They still wouldn't give up.
No, they kept
By 88, you had
horse.
Willow, which kind of did all right. But it wasn't this $100 million movie.
No.
Because Dark Crystal had done okay. Oh, this bit here.
Here we
irritates,
go.
irritates
listen
Brad.
to her voice. It's so bad. Oh, God. I'll be like, it's all right, you can take her. That's what's called. It's a close escape. I didn't realise she sounded like that.
I think that's maybe the only. No, there is other women in the film, but that's the only one I saw there.
There's what's her name is the Widow of the Web, isn't it? Francesca.
Yeah. And a couple of the old wenches,
and then the random wenches that turn up, suddenly there.
Yeah, like Liam Neeson's wife or something. But so it's if you look at all the fantasy films of the 80s, they just all didn't really work. Despite a lot of them actually being very good, they just didn't hit with the audience. I just don't think the public really wanted them, where the studios felt there was a market for them.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. I guess they were still, much the same as now. Everyone was searching for their franchise. Everyone was trying to search for their franchise, their Star Wars that they could milk for 3 movies, as they thought back then. Now, obviously, everyone thinks of milking things for 28 movies and a Netflix show.
We need our shared universe, quick.
Yes. Expanded universe.
Well, one of the actors in this is from Grange Hill and EastEnders.
Oh, yep, Todd Carty.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to see him.
There you go, shared universe with Grange Hill, this movie.
Yep, exactly. It's Tucker.
It's Tucker, yeah.
Only people from the UK of a certain age will know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
There.
I bet he probably thought the same when he was on the movie. I'm going to be a fucking movie star. I'm going to be in this and that and fucking hell. What winds up on EastEnders. But fair play to him.
Yeah.
It's
but
it's a job, solid work.
But we've got Robbie Coltrane. He turns up in this.
Yeah, he does. And good old Liam, who I think may have had popped up in Excalibur the year before.
That's right, yes. That's right.
I thought for a second the horse just left there by itself. Just sitting there, horse just sitting there going, what's going on? Where is everyone? So when you watch this movie again, I'm sure many people who are fans of Krull have obviously seen it kind of quite frequently, possibly. But it's the experience with watching this film again, because I haven't seen it for a number of years since I last reviewed it, but it's an expensive movie with not a lot going on, and there's so much baggage to it in terms of just not much story. There's not much going on within the plot, so there's a lot of traveling from point A to point B, and a little bits of dialogue thrown in, sort of about destiny and trying to find the beast and why he's here, and it's. But there's a lot of it you can cut through very quickly, but they don't. They play it like a film from the 60s.
Yeah, exactly. It's
very slow.
It's very old-fashioned. The majority of the plot seems to be them walking from one place to another, where they can find out where the beast's castle or spaceship or whatever. Because
by night it moves. Doesn't it?
It moves. Every sunset or sunrise or whatever.
That's right.
It moves and most of this is them trying to get to somewhere where they can find out where it's going to be. Yeah, and that's it. And they try it with the old geezer, and then that goes wrong. So then they do it with the Widow of the Web.
Well, the spider itself we see is kind of, I presume, an idea borrowed from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. That's
it's very good
that's a
animated
definite
spider, isn't it? In
nod
this?
to Shelob, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that stop motion animation. I love yeah. There's some really great effects in this.
Because I had this book which I have to find next time. I'll try and find it this weekend to show you, Brad.
Yeah.
But it's a book from the 80s called Visual Effects,
Right.
stunt work and things like that. And but inside is a massive 2-page photo of Derek Meddings working closely with the spider.
Oh,
but it
wonderful.
freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah.
You turn the page, you go, ah, it's a ginormous spider. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of translucent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff.
So Freddie Jones had been in The Elephant Man just before this, hasn't he?
Oh, right.
Which is my favourite David Lynch movie. I love The Elephant Man. Look at this scenery. Look at it. I mean, it's
wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is, there's
some great photography.
Lord of the Rings. Could have, easily could have used some of this location,
Absolutely.
but instead of just borrows
Absolutely.
from like New Zealand, isn't it? They started to shoot. Because there's other things like in Disney were trying out with animation by doing the Black Cauldron, which completely bombed.
Yeah.
And it's a movie they kind of swept under the rug for years, and then they kind of I think they just finally put like an HD copy on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It was the dark Disney period.
Yeah.
Where Disney were doing a lot of dark stuff, and where they literally one after the other did like The Black Hole, Dragon Slayer, Something Wicked This Way Comes, and Tron. 4 very dark and weird films that were not what you would have thought of from Disney.
Also, Ken Marshall's trousers. It's like a jester, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're not a prince. You're just a comedian.
It's like that's what they should do.
Do you think he should? Is it the Clave or the Glaive? I think it's Clave, isn't it?
Glaive, I think.
Is it Glaive? Is it? Okay,
I think so.
But you'd think that would be the weapon.
A glaive is a weapon, isn't it?
Yeah. You think that would be that weapon he gets would be kind of like the third act kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't actually use it throughout the rest of the movie. Because it's the one weapon he can use to cut through, to attack the beast, isn't it? But he gets it kind of like now.
Yeah.
And doesn't really do much with it.
And then just sits on his belt for the whole movie.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this random moment of falling rocks all about?
yeah. It's part of the challenge.
I mean, it's like when they, because for the time this is quite a long movie. I mean, it's just over 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it
strap yourself in, people.
Yeah. you would have thought they'd watch this go, right, okay, what can we cut out? Well, we could lose the rocks for a start.
Yeah,
we don't need those.
You don't need that.
But this, here we go. This was where the composers at the time, like James Horner, could, they had sequences like this to just let rip. It's just visuals. It's just a bloke climbing a mountain for like half an hour. And,
half an hour.
Yeah, and so James Horner's like,
ages.
Yeah, so James Horner's like, okay, well, I'm going to go for it then. The audience are going to close their eyes for a bit because they're bored, so I'll give them something to listen to.
Well, at the time when it came out, this was the most expensive film ever made. I think in 70. I think. Well,
was it really?
Yeah, but they say it was. I mean, I think Superman probably was at the time. It was costing over 50 million.
Yeah, because this was
Star Wars
30 million.
It's 47.
Was it 47 million? Was it really?
Because of the constant changes to the design of the movie.
Wow.
The sets kept changing, so that's what delayed a lot of stuff. And
it was the solo of its day.
It was, yeah. Peter Yates replaced, I don't know, Mel Brooks.
Yeah. They thought they'd get a comedy director in to do it first. They're like, well, it's too funny. Let's change it.
Yeah. Can you make it less funnier? Look at these amazing, amazing, wonderful panoramic shots.
Wonderful shots. But it's just going on and on and on. It's like,
it's a bit self-indulgent, I suppose, isn't it?
I mean, I like old-fashioned filmmaking. I'm not I don't like quick cuts when you don't need them. But Jesus Christ, guys, come on.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't even, we've hardly started,
Because it was, if they still had that mindset of like, let's cut this movie to a certain length so we can get enough screens, enough showings in within the day.
Back in those days, it definitely was a definite issue.
That was an issue
because there wasn't multiplexes.
Clocks in at 2 hours 4, I think it is. So, cutting out 15 minutes would not harm the movie.
Yeah, it would have made it better.
I think it would
actually would have improved the film a lot. And there's easily 15 minutes to carve out of this.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, this is a wonderful set piece as well. Look
absolutely.
at that. It doesn't look like a set they've created at Pinewood. It actually looks like a real cave he's crawled into.
Yeah.
And he puts his hand in the lava or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt because he's the chosen one.
Yes.
So
this is the Arthurian kind of touch, I guess, isn't it? This is a bit Excalibur.
That's right.
Random.
I mean, this is doing exactly what Star Wars did. Was kind of borrowing from different sources.
Yeah, different legends, different things. But at least Star Wars was did it in a coherent way. This is like
did it with a sense of flair to everything. It was editing and all that.
Whereas this is you can almost see the joins in this of the different things it's drawing on. It's like it's slapped together. And it's like, well, that's science fiction, that's Arthurian legend, that's Excalibur, that's Lord of the Rings.
This weapon popped up in, I think, a couple of episodes of South Park where Jesus uses it as a weapon.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
And it's in Ready Player One, isn't it? They used
yes,
this.
it is. Yep.
Which was great.
Which is great.
I thought it was wonderful because it's a movie that is complete bomb, but it is because of its cult status. Everyone knows the weapon.
Now this is a bit where he's holding it, and I always wondered, did he know that the blades were going to come flying out? Because the way he's holding it right now, one of those blades was going to go straight through his hand.
Yeah. It is a really cool weapon.
Yeah,
that's
that's great.
It's a big ass shuriken.
Yeah. It's brilliant. That could so easily be an iconic, weapon in a great movie.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, it's not.
Okay,
right. Look, here we go. Okay, what the hell? What's that? What is? She's in a giant eye. What's going on? What is going on? Are we like inside her brain or something? And this is all hallucinations. And he's psychically talking to her
because the beasts. Oh, what is
like? Yeah, I mean,
is that its heart or something?
Yeah, what?
But it's like his base is set atop the mountain, isn't it? It's this weird. You can't really tell what it is. This kind of weird dome thing, and but there's a series of rooms she runs through where he's kind of talking to her. She can't see him.
Yeah,
and then he kind of, when she looks out onto the land, she can see where the castle is.
Yeah,
then it kind of.
That's right.
It's like a window.
Yeah,
It becomes this now gateway for him to talk to her.
Yeah,
where he like a physical form.
Yeah,
but he goes, "Oh, I can be anyone you want me to be." Yeah, but with scary red eyes. Yeah, don't look at me.
That was always a thing as a kid that freaked me out in this. Is the black eyes? The black eyes were
that
freaked me out.
That freaked me out.
They were really scary.
I don't think I ever rented this movie. It must have been one of those ITV. BBC One kind of movies on a Sunday afternoon. This movie, as I would say to some of my friends, is if you're going to watch Krull, watch it on a Sunday afternoon with a cup of tea and a load of biscuits.
Yeah.
And you'll be right.
Don't worry if you
while you're nursing a hangover.
Yeah, exactly. If you nod off for a couple of minutes here and there, you don't worry, you're not going to miss much.
Exactly.
But going back to the design of the beast's lair. Yeah. It's almost designed. It's like it's kind of biological in its design, isn't it? It's almost like it. Sometimes she looks like she's wandering around inside a womb. Sometimes she looks like she's wandering around inside an ear canal or something. I mean, it's really weird.
It is bizarre. I mean, I think it's probably down to the constant changes.
Yeah.
Where the beast itself.
Look at that. That's a
wonderful
beautiful
shot. That is incredible.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I think it's like some of the. It looks very similar to what they used in Ladyhawke. Similar location.
Right, yeah. Yes.
Look at that as well.
Yeah.
This is it's really amazing shots.
Oh, yeah.
These I just think that the beast itself doesn't its layer doesn't actually resemble what the Beast is. Like the Beast wouldn't have a layer like this.
No.
It's kind of, I don't know really what to make of it. This unfortunately does look like a set.
Yeah, this is very much a set.
Because we look at like when we sort of watch Neverending Story, and you saw the kid in the forest with the horse and the wolf's going to get him shortly.
Yeah.
That looked like a real set, like a real location. Sorry, where this feels like a
Okay, here we go. So now the comic relief has arrived.
What's this actor out of? I can't remember him.
He's all right. He's been in loads of stuff, hasn't he? Let me. I don't want to get things wrong here. Let me have a little look up on the old interwebs.
Because he wasn't part of like the sort of Hancock's Half Hour or anything like that, was he? He wasn't. Or is he in the Carry On films? Do you think?
No. He might have popped up in a couple of things like that. Where are we? What's the character's name?
It's oh god, it says his name in a minute. It's gonna be some sort of play on words, like he's a magician, isn't he? Something that
the Magnificent.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, David Batley, who's unfortunately no longer with us.
Spells.
Okay, here we go.
That was weird. That was weird. That was very ambitious.
Yeah,
Transformation.
It's kind of a stop motion animation thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it like you say? Is it like just cardboard cutouts?
That's right.
Different sizes, and it's animated. I think, I don't know. I mean, hey, so if it's an effect that we don't know how they did, then that's pretty good going.
There's something else like that. I think there's another effect I've seen similar to them doing, like Derek Meddings has done. Can't remember now what it was.
Again, he goes wandering into the woods, and then he just randomly sees Bernard Bresslaw with his one eye. He's just standing there.
But
he was in Carry On films. Bernard Bresslaw was in loads of Carry On films.
Oh yeah. Because this comedian, this character, this magician, sort of just turn up out of the blue, and he's just going to join them on their quest. And
he literally drops out of the sky.
Yeah, it just things aren't really properly explained. I think one of the funniest reviews, Siskel and Ebert had said it was.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Bernard.
Oh, I'm out of it.
Just skulking in the woods, spying on him.
Where was
What, you want to go and see the Sylvester Stallone directed sequel to Saturday Night Fever?
Oh, that was bad. That was really.
Staying
bad.
Alive is wonderful. I mean, it is.
So many people don't realise there is a sequel to Saturday Night Fever. And then you tell them, you're like,
and most people who see Staying Alive don't realise it's a sequel to Saturday Night Fever.
No, they don't, do they?
Here we go. We're watching Krull and we're talking about Staying Alive. So he's now. So the Beast is talking to her now. So is he doing this psychically to her? Because he never talks again. Well,
No.
I mean, he does in the film, but only in this situation. He never. At the end, when he's confronting.
I think
Ken
because
Marshall,
of his,
he's just a growling monster.
I think that's I would think he's holding back his physical form because he knows he'll be terrifying to her.
Don't look at me.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a sad story, really. It's a sad, sad tale of a.
So Gene Siskel and Roger
Beast.
Ebert said they gave the thumbs down, called it one of the most boring, nonsensical, illogical fantasies in a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd go with that. So this
is actually probably one of the best moments in the film. Actually,
This is great.
When you have the ensemble of the thieves.
Well,
aren't
these
they?
are good. These are all Royal Shakespeare actors that start coming out. You see, there's Alan Armstrong, who a couple of years later creates the role of Thénardier in Les Miserables. Turn more into pigs. But yeah, there's this really cool moment coming up with this bit where him and Liam Neeson chuck these axes. This is really cool. Yes. I love that.
That was good.
That's great.
That was quite seamless, actually.
Yeah. And suddenly he's a little pig. There we go. Now, Alan Armstrong's a great actor, and there's Robbie Coltrane.
Looking quite slim.
Yep. So we got these two guys. You've got Liam Neeson, and then you got the one and only Todd Carty as well. So what, the acting talent is just.
Because Robbie Coltrane was already doing comedy stuff. I think he was doing like the comic strip. I think he was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I guess that was going on at about this time, wasn't it? The Comedy Strip Presents. Master of the House.
See, this is the moments of dialogue here. I think it's definitely the standout piece of the movie.
Yeah, these guys know how to sell dialogue. These guys know how to sell characters. It's
bloody grim up north.
Yeah, I'll take my belt to you.
Fucking love that bit. Oh dear.
Liam Neeson's looking very young, isn't he?
Very young, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Never seen him so young, actually.
83. So, my God. So it'll be less. What would it be? It'll be 10 years. In 10 years' time, he will be Oscar Schindler.
With the age, is it? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, with the film.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is 83,
yeah,
isn't it? And
that's right.
And Schindler's List came out in 93, 94.
God.
Here he is.
That should have been a musical cue from James Horner, then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he doesn't use that fucking weapon, that clay, for entire film right to the end.
Yeah.
Really annoying.
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars moment.
Yeah.
Where Luke's given the lightsaber very early on, but doesn't bloody use it till he trains with it a little bit, then doesn't use it again to like the sequel.
Yeah.
But
that is actually very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
People don't realise that
it wasn't seen this weapon
Star
that
Wars,
had to be used all the time.
That weapon wasn't. It was and basically it's only paid off with Ben Kenobi.
Yeah.
And Ben Kenobi uses it in the bar, and then he obviously fights Vader with it. But other than that, Luke never, other than a little bit of training in the Millennium Falcon, he never uses it in.
Yeah. That always kind of bugged me as a kid. It's like, fucking use it. But then, even like Empire, just used it briefly at the beginning, cutting himself free, and then obviously used it for the battle.
But then you've got the magnificent fight.
It's all driven by story.
Yeah,
there's a reason for them to use it.
Exactly. It's not about, we've got this cool weapon, let's think of a way of using it. It's let's tell the story, and when the weapon's needed, we whop it out.
The Cyclops, his eye doesn't look it fully closes.
Yeah.
It's like it's the half blink.
He's just getting off his horse to pick some gooseberries. See, this is Marvel as man picks gooseberries.
Yeah. It's stuff that he sees one of the evil knights, and
so there's a Slayer just standing there. So they just sort of. They're just sort of standing around.
And he kills it off camera.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see it die. You just hear the sound of it, which is obviously
the scream.
Cutting corners.
Yeah.
And he fucking faints as well. Useless toe rag.
It's thrilling, isn't it? Thrilling. Hey, look, I mean, the stuff when stuff gets going, there is some good stuff, and
the stuff with the swamp is quite interesting.
Yeah,
it's the moment when you've got the blind man who you see his eyes are black.
Yes,
which is quite scary.
Always freaked me out.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
And it's a massive, crazy set they've created as well. And it's also this is great when you have films where they've got this sinking sand, and you can tell their feet are right on the bottom, so they're not really going to sink anymore, are they? You're standing up in it, so you're all right. But yeah, the guy gets taken.
Yeah,
but then you got the spider sequence, and then you got the battle in the castle,
and I gotta say, Bernard Breslau's death is horrible. He gets crushed in the door. It's really.
His one eye pops out.
That should have happened.
That's good.
And bounces along the floor.
Yeah. And somehow someone swallows it like an Evil Dead.
So, okay, right. So, the backstory then of the Cyclops is they used to have two eyes, but then they made a deal with the Beast to be able to predict the future, and they bargained one of their eyes to do that. And the Beast tricked them because the only future they can see is their own death.
So
what is this Beast? Who is he? What?
But it implies the Beast has been here before, then.
Yeah.
But he only what's implied is that the Beast turns up to conquer these plants and leaves.
Yeah.
Basically destroys them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense, or maybe I've misinterpreted something.
He said the Cyclops has come from a different planet as well.
Right.
I think, but it makes no sense.
Does not make sense.
It does not make sense.
Rookie's an ender. It does not make sense.
In they go. Into the green. Percy, it's green.
Yeah. Oh, Edmund, I created the finest green.
A pure nugget of purest green. Not really a nugget, is it? More of a splat.
You, Percy, an utter buck.
Oh, I love Blackadder. Right, so now they're going to see the old geezer who's going to be able to tell them where
the castle's going to be next. Yeah.
And there's a cool bit coming up here where they're doing the visions and stuff, and suddenly the Beast's hand comes out and crashes it. I remember that scared the shit out of me as a kid.
It's like is it Sauron? Kind of the all-seeing eye.
Exactly.
He catches on that you're watching him.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. It's but there's some interesting surreal imagery in this with the hand. I remember the bit coming up when he's talking to her again, and his claw comes out of the ground like that, and then bursts into flames and turns into a flower.
That's
really weird. I quite like that.
It's a weird effect.
It's just a surreal imagery, which I quite like. Oh, as soon as I see his face, all I can see is the black-eyed version of him. Stuck in my head.
It always kind of freaks you out when you see someone like the jet black eyes, because it's like even they did in X-Files, didn't they? When the alien liquid stuff took over someone.
But it's when he kills him though, when the beast version of him kills him. He grimaces in this really weird way. It's like it's really quite disturbing. This is cool. He nicks these gems, doesn't he? And they turn into rocks.
That's right, yeah. Because he struggles to take them off, doesn't he? It's a bit like kryptonite or something.
Yeah.
It's wonderfully lit. That
Yeah.
is. Look at that light coming down. It's good, very good photography.
Yep.
They haven't gone the Excalibur route. Have everything shot through like a haze, like tights,
women's stockings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a form of photography I love.
I love that.
miss
Yeah.
it.
It's the it's interesting when he goes, he talks about candy. Kids don't have candy in medieval
kids
times.
like you always have.
Oh
Candy.
yeah, I've got like a Baby Ruth on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got a Snickers bar, and although at the time that would have been called a marathon.
Marathon bar, yeah. Yeah. I've got a Whisper.
Yeah, I've got a Whisper. Mars bar.
That's really good. I think that's actually physically there spinning. You can't see the wire.
Yeah.
I just think what this film needed is to, as we mentioned earlier, was cutting down its length, really interject more dialogue
Yeah.
with these characters to create more of a rapport between all of them. That the prince needs these people to help him come along this journey. He's kind of charmed his way to sort of get them to join him, because he's basically said, if you don't help me out, the beast is going to kill your family and stuff like that. So
There could have been more of a fun sort of back and forth between him and Alan Armstrong. Sort of the two alpha males. Who's the real leader of the group and all that stuff. And here we go. Look, that.
See, that is really good. That's like something out. You think the director's seen Poltergeist?
Yep.
Where it just goes, just like everything just like falls over. It screams at them.
Although all I can think about, all I see is How the Duck yelling out, talk about bad breath.
Howard the Duck. Fucking hell. You like that film, don't you?
I love it.
That's the duck, man.
We were watching it last night with Mark Price, and we were both saying we both love this unironically. We love it.
See, you can love Masters of the Universe unironically, but Howard the fucking Duck. I've got it on Blu-ray actually. I bought it because just for the shits and giggles. But
How the Duck?
I've got it on Blu-ray. Yeah,
got it on Blu-ray?
Got a German release with all these extras and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can borrow it, man. It's Region B.
Please.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
Region B for BL. I bought it. We watched it about a year and a half ago, but Tim was like kind of giggling his way through it. But Natalie, God, she fucking hated that film. and I think we also made her suffer by making her watch Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh my word!
Very annoyed. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Buckaroo Banzai is not a film that I get constant requests to do, and I've had to keep telling people, look, don't expect a kind review. It's a great concept, but badly executed, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. We there's a filmmaking from this period that we love, but we'll
because it's all well-intentioned, good stuff, but it's like it's just how it's executed by.
The rose-tinted glasses aren't always on. We can see when.
I do enjoy wearing them though.
You enjoy what?
I do enjoy wearing them though.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, exactly. What's the point of being,
This is quite cool when
cynical about everything.
When the beast's guards come out of the swamp.
Yeah.
And they're going to rise up.
Obviously rising up on a thing. Be nice to know which of these sets is on the Bond stage. I'm wondering if this one.
This is it. This is it. Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's got really great depth to it as well. Like,
absolutely. In about a year's
fogged it all up.
In about a year's time, that Bond stage will be Ridley Scott's forest in Legend.
Yeah. And all burnt down because Ridley Scott threw a cigar. Whoops.
Yes. Who knows why that really happened. That's quite a cool image. But they were just standing there, weren't they? They were just standing around. Here we go. Right, that's really good. That's really good. That's a great little moment.
So they've got like laser swords or whatever it is, laser firing swords.
Yeah.
It does not make sense.
Yeah, it is a bit like a 6-year-old making a story up as they go along, and then the bad guys have got laser guns.
Yeah.
And,
But they're not really guns. They're like swords or spears.
Yeah.
But fires out laser
Yeah,
bolts.
exactly. Yeah. So what are they? Swords or laser? Well, they're both. You know, they're both. It's like, and when they die, a slug falls out their heads. There's a great moment where Robbie Coltrane reacts to one of those things.
Bloody hell.
Yes. Like, you want a piece of me? Like, no. This is probably one of those things where when, once they started doing this animation for every time swords hit, they were like, oh God, we've got to do this every time.
Whose fucking idea was this?
Whose idea was this?
yeah.
Friggin' hell. All right, Bob, you're going to be doing animating the lightning for the whole of this show.
Oh God. I bet you loads of sleepless nights doing that.
Right, this is it. Go. It just like goes, oh, well, didn't expect that.
You don't see that every day. We've always, you know, when you have knights in films or whatever, or the villains, they always create these elaborate headpieces where all the actors probably can't see fuck all. You know,
you're like, there's no way they can be efficiently fighting with that collar.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernard.
I love them in Carry On Camping. Fucking brilliant. That's my favourite one, that is. Because of the that sort of posh lady who laughs.
Yeah, yes.
It's such a great laugh.
That's the film where they literally like
shot it in winter.
They literally ran out of things to do, so they just suddenly throw this plot of a hippie party happening in the field next door. Yeah. It's like, what's going on? Where did this come from?
Shot in the back garden of Pinewood, probably.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. The Carry On films, I don't think ever went more than 2 mile radius out of Pinewood.
I think maybe Alan Hume had photographed that one. I can't remember.
Probably. Yeah.
He did a few of the Carry Ons. You always got to start out, haven't you? Really?
Yep.
Work your way up.
Well, you know, they had a thing going there. They had a conveyor belt movies. You know, they were knocking them out every year.
Yeah. That was pretty much the British
very cheap.
film industry, wasn't it? You know, it's Hammer horror.
Yeah, it was Hammer and Carry On. Those were our
bread and butter.
Yeah, that's kind of the last time we had anything resembling an industry. Of
pretty
homegrown movies.
Because Pinewood was very much going to go under in late 70s.
God, yeah.
It was going to be then it was the Soul Kinds who had made Superman kind of saved it.
Yeah. But
then also I apparently kind of fucked it over because that resulted in the system in place where people worked there. And then they all became freelance because people just weren't paid by the Soul Kinds or paid too late, you know.
Well, there was a whole system, you know. Same with in the. So look, where's she now? She's like running through the giant ear canal. What's going on?
Yeah.
I got really itchy ear.
Yeah.
Who is in that? Who's inside my head?
Get out.
Inner space.
Yeah. See,
that was it when I watched Supergirl recently, when she travels from the inner space to
we are in inner space.
Right? Well, she goes through that little orb thing, and it looks like inner space. It's got Dennis Quaid just going flying past, you know.
What's that?
It looked like
flies through fat cells.
Yeah, it looked like fat cells. Yeah. Take it, that's like a giant bum.
Yeah,
just came out of a giant bum.
What's that? What's going on? It's like, no, he looks like he's upside down. He's looking down like that because that was his arse. So he's like that, looking down at her, going, "Did you just come out of my arse?"
I'm just gonna take a screen grab of that. That is a ginormous arse, big spare ass.
I know, that's brilliant. This shot of Liam Neeson slowly going down in the frame. He just goes, "It's sinking." It's great. No, yeah. So here, this is coming up to where he gets it by his black-eyed doppelganger.
This is also great because it's got those.
Stop being sad, guys. You're sinking in the storm of sadness.
Stop being so sad. This is a great moment. We know in Last Action Hero where Arnold falls in that big pool of like oil or something, cools out, and just like wipes it all off. He's all clean.
Yeah.
Colwyn, is it Colwyn his name, the prince? Yeah. He crawls out of this completely clean in the next shot.
Yeah, because he goes right in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right up to his neck.
Messes up his lovely hair, you know.
He's like, I'll just sit here. Doodly-doo.
There's always one Burke.
Yeah, what's he doing?
I'll just grab his twig. This will hold me up, won't it?
And he does it, and his hand stays up, doesn't it? I almost wanted him to do a
Do a
Terminator 2 thumbs up.
You always got to give a thumbs up. You're gonna fucking sink.
Yeah. Well, see, this is where
it kind of looks like
where Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls got their idea from.
It's like it's a ginormous crumble, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a giant crumble.
You feel like you could eat that. Just eat your way out.
Yeah.
Man. It's like
giant oatmeal,
crushed up digestive biscuits. You can eat your way out of that. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
What did you use for the quicksand? Crushed up digestive biscuits.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
It's the base of a pie.
Catering. That was lunch that day.
Yeah, it's catering. Your dinner's in the fucking swamp.
All right, everyone, tuck in. We've got to finish this scene because no one's eating anything until we're not breaking for lunch because there won't be any until we finish the scene. Oh, and he's gone. There you go. Look, go.
Yeah, bollocks.
Oh, bless him. Look, I mean, I feel bad because there's a lot of work gone into this film. They tried, bless them. They did.
They really did, yeah.
And you know, this
it's just gone on.
Okay, right, here we go.
It's just all done on a very, very forgettable, bland script.
Yeah. Which at the end of the day, that's because the mishmash of all its influences could have worked if the whole thing was just more.
You needed someone with a strong vision for this,
and good vision.
Someone who grew up with this stuff, who really appreciated the source, the sort of what he's trying to. What it's influenced by.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, stuff of nightmares. Right, now look, watch him.
What's
going on there? And then look at his face.
I don't know. It kind of does look a bit like he's tossing him off.
Okay, there's a meme there. Hello? Nothing going on here. He's blind. You could at least have warned him that you were going to grab him and pull him up. So Freddie... Keep going to call Freddie Jones Freddie Francis. So Freddie Jones is playing that he was suspicious. He was a bit weirded out by him.
Yeah.
But then that never comes up again. And then it's like, thank God that the swamp decides to just randomly chuck his dead body back up.
Yeah, it's not really a sinking swamp, is it?
Look at
really?
him. Oh, he looks horrible.
Freaky, yeah.
Black eyes.
Though there's a musical cue there sounded very much what James Horner used again in Aliens.
James Horner reusing cues?
Yeah,
what are you saying?
What are you saying?
Oliver? Yeah. What are you implying there, sir?
James Horner, I'd always give James Horner a pass for that, for copy pasting.
Oh, absolutely. And I use him as the perfect example of what film scoring really is. That film scoring isn't about being original. It's not about originality. It's about knowing how to score and spot a movie and make the music, change on the right moment, make the music change key at the right moment. That's what it does, and he was a master at it.
Because in his later years, he was very picky on what he did. Didn't
he fell out of love with Hollywood a lot.
Yeah.
So look, randomly the dead body comes up.
And the swap's like, I don't like him. Yeah. He's not digesting well.
Yeah, it's like, why didn't anybody else's body come? Why didn't the other guy, Terminator 2 man, come up?
Yeah, that's right.
But no, James Horner was because he hated because they didn't want themes anymore. They wouldn't
Yeah,
let
it's,
him,
great,
they
it's,
wouldn't
an,
let him
it's an
write
interview
themes.
with him, isn't there? Someone outside his cafe
yeah,
or
it's like
something.
sitting down. Yeah, it's like an hour-long interview. It's
Yeah.
really, it's quite insightful.
Really good. If you're listening, folks, go check it out on YouTube. It's great.
And he does look, and he talks about, how, John Williams really, ushered in that era of them being able to do that, but that era's gone now.
Because a discussion me and Brad had quite a few times, haven't we, about sort of... it's actually a subject you actually added more to, was about... Because at the moment we're going for this phase of like everyone's loving the 80s. We all do. We all appreciate the sort of stuff in the past and things that homage it. But with many TV shows and even movies, everything is going with like synth style music.
Yeah.
Now, that's quite a gruesome effect.
That's quite gruesome.
But if you go back and watch all those big movies from the 80s, they didn't have synth scores. They had big orchestral scores. Yep. The ones that had synth scores were ones that couldn't afford.
The cheap ones.
The cheap ones,
stuff,
yeah. Or there was a few action films where they went with that direction because it was contemporary music. I love Harold Faltermeyer.
You had Harold Faltermeyer, and you had Brad Fiedel, and you had a few other guys.
But they probably went with Brad Fiedel because they couldn't afford an orchestral thing for Terminator. Maybe that was decision.
Totally.
So they wanted to go with that. So there is this kind of fake sort of misinterpretation of what people thought 80s music was.
We were all watching movies with synth scores back in the 80s, and we weren't. We were watching movies with massive classical orchestral scores, and those were the big hits.
Yeah. They really were.
The synth stuff, where, as you say, in the smaller films, the films that weren't quite so successful, and that
So we're not talking. We have to make the case that we're not talking about films that had a pop soundtrack.
No.
Designed around it. This was like what the film music was, and it's people seem to either forget that or ignore that, or just think, well, that is what the 80s were. It was not.
Yeah.
I remember John Ottman, when he composed X-Men Apocalypse, he said the score's going to be 80s style orchestral stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he went for.
Yeah.
It is a really good score despite the quality of the movie.
Yeah.
I was going to go. It is actually quite a sad story as well. When he goes to see the Lady of the Web, whatever it is.
Oh my God! Yes.
Well, she killed their son. Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
It's really, really dark.
Yeah.
It's like,
and that's our punishment.
Yeah.
Is to sit there and just stare at this.
Yeah.
This.
To just sit in a web staring at a mirror.
Yeah. Getting really old.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Great
How they
set.
got the sun.
Yeah,
there.
this has got to be the Bond stage. Look at it.
It's got two suns.
Yeah. Well, because somewhere out there, there's a farm boy staring at the two suns.
Yeah. This has always quite confused me as a kid because I always thought it was basically set in medieval times on Earth.
Yeah.
Or like in Conan, where it's like during the time of the city of Atlantis. Whatever, and it's not. It's just another alien planet called Krull.
Yeah. But it's using Earth mythology in it,
That was kind of confused me a little bit.
Like the Cyclops and things like that.
That's actually quite like in Thundercats, where they went to Earth. It was Third Earth.
Yeah.
Was just, I think Lord of the Rings is kind of like the fourth or second or whatever it is. We're the eighth apparently, and sort of that sort of fantasy thing.
Yeah. That's a thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, some people are screaming for a movie version of the Thundercats. I'm not sure that can work.
No. Not really.
There are plenty of cartoons from that period that would make great movies.
Are they hinting at Mask as one?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd sacrifice my own head to make a movie version of Ulysses 31. I think that was.
What
awesome.
about this?
We're one of the most amazing designed spaceships. So good, the Odyssey.
I'd do one on Visionaries.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fucking
That would be
brilliant.
good. That would be good.
I love that
Yeah.
because you got the sci-fi and fantasy, mixed together.
Yeah.
A medieval kind of backdrop with technology.
So how did the Cyclops get out in front of him? Old Bernard. He's a
I don't know.
quick runner. Yeah. So let's have some more travelling shots.
Yeah.
Go on, James. Save it.
God, imagine being an executive on this, on Krull, going, "Why are we using this set? Oh, what we're going to be doing is going to be walking from that from that end, like of the
Yeah.
set to that end.
Yeah.
Right. And we going to use it for any battles? No. I'll be like, get rid of that. You know?
Well, absolutely. You do almost get the impression that
It's self-indulgent.
They
big
built
time,
built all these sets before they knew what they were going to do with
Yeah,
them.
it really
And
is.
then it's like, all right, well, we've got that big forest set now. What are we going to do with that? Oh, well, we'll do this scene there then.
It's a bit like Alien 3, wasn't it? Where they built it to be this kind of cathedral-like thing, you know, this kind of floating
Prison.
that church, isn't it? Basically, it's made out of wood. Then had to
that was the original
everything.
concept, wasn't it? When what's his name was writing it? I've forgotten his name. The Australian guy. When he was doing it, he'd written it that it was a wood, basically a wooden planet.
Yeah. Which science-wise kind of made no sense. They said,
Absolutely not.
But it was a great idea.
Yeah.
I thought it. But this is yet again they've put all these sets together and don't know what they're going to do with them.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of having the magician kind of turn himself into a dog. It's all kind of just see.
He did that.
They're creating a friendship with the child and the magician, which is a nice little touch. But what was really what was more important to me, I think, was to have more of their friendship between the prince and the knight and the guard, and the bunch of local thieves or whatever, or huntsmen to help him.
Alan Armstrong and his merry men.
Yeah, his merry men. Yeah. So I think now we meet up with. So
I'm guessing this is definitely a Robin Hood thing.
I think so. Yeah, because now you said the sort of merry men, I was like, oh, that's quite a good connection.
That as a jest, but then as I said it, I was like, actually, that's what this is, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think now we meet up with their spouses, isn't it? Don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
And then,
it's
amazing actually. The bit coming up, which is a wonderful moment where the Beast is using that woman to manipulate the prince. So he's gonna kiss her, but then he's like, no, and he pushes away from her. So the Beast is watching. He's got his optical of the woman, and he pushes the optical away.
And she screams and
she just goes and slides off. It is brilliant. Oh God!
Well, that was the forerunner to Minority Report.
Just sliding
things across in the air. Right, here we go. Right, now, the wenches are here now.
Trollops.
Yeah, the trollops. So this is the same set, isn't it? The big trees.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll do all this here. It's like, there's forests like that just outside Pinewood. You could have just nipped out and done them there.
Yeah. She's like, let's make babies.
Yeah.
Was who was the DP on this?
I forget. Shall I cheat and look it up?
I can't remember his name now. I'm sure it's a British guy. The whole union thing,
Yeah. You do. Peter
Oh, it was an English guy then.
Peter Szyszycki.
Yeah. Where's he from? Was he Polish or something?
Was born in Warsaw.
Okay.
In Poland. So he did. What else did he do? Let's have a look. See. Why in terms of Mr. Lewis Road?
See, that's weird, right? You've got this hand, where its fingers are only slightly moving. It's like, was that intentional? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is all bizarre.
He did the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Christ. This is a weird kind of design. Look, it's like the hand, but from a different perspective.
The Empire Strikes Back.
He photographed Empire Strikes Back. Well,
surely not.
Shit the bed.
Are we failing miserably at our geekdom here?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, there you go. We're amazing DP. This is the moment. Some weird optical effects.
Yeah,
like, just I don't know. It just seems a little bit like they don't know how they're going to visualize it. It all becomes a bit confusing.
He did the Naked Lunch and Dead Ringers. He did some Cronenberg stuff.
This sounds like a voice from like
In History of Violence.
one
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
characters.
Cronenberg uses him a lot.
Look at this. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, that's
The hand's cool.
Yeah.
It catches fire and turns
And then
into
it
a
becomes a
flower.
rose.
But they've optically put on the outfit, haven't they? The
Yeah.
dress there.
Right now. So where is he?
Because he's talking to her through that kind of window, but he's not. I don't think he's actually there. We've with scary red eyes, though.
Yeah. Does this please you? There's no love in that form, and you've got scary red bug eyes.
Also, that line in Ghostbusters. Janine, don't stare at me. You got the bug eyes.
Bug eyes. I mean, sorry about the bug eyes thing. I'll be in my office. Okay, here we go. He's the little cut.
Like it's cut off. Like the
Yeah.
opticals, like she'd cut off some like a pair of scissors or something. You know. Let me just stab you in the back.
Let me comfort you. Boom. That'll be a
That was a weird cut.
that'll be a cut.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh. Hand job of doom. That is a pretty wobbly effect,
pretty
isn't
bad,
it?
isn't
There's
it?
a
Yeah.
massive black outline like
Yeah.
that. But when he pushes her
Yeah.
away, God, it's gold. that should be a GIF.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Here we go.
Amazing.
So he's talking to her now with his mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
out of sync
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But also, it's when they show the beast, it's like anamorphic film, but
Yeah.
not stretched correctly.
Yeah.
So you got this kind of weird,
yeah,
you
it's the
know,
weird Supergirl stretchy effect.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't. But why does he want her to be
He's queen.
his queen? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
What
the
is-
point?
Yeah.
Why? What's going
You
on?
don't. You start to understand his motive.
You have no idea what he's up to. You have no idea. Not a clue.
Oh God!
And-
If you walk into a cave with loads of that many
Could you-
spiders'
oh,
webs, you'd be like, right, I'm going home.
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
Oh, when you say Widow of the Web, I thought you were talking metaphorically. You realise it's actually going to be a giant spider web.
I'm acting.
Yes. Make sure they can hear you in the upper circle, Freddy. So this is a great miniature set, and
Oh, it's wonderful.
And there's some great. I'm assuming some rear projection stuff going on as well, putting him in there. and-
I would, yeah, I would probably say
Like
it's
this
a mix.
stuff, yeah.
That's a mat, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's a mat, but they probably actually projected onto the mat rather than it being an optical.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of Derek Meddings kind of way,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, you never.
That sounds very unthreatening. It's like like Christmas bells.
What the bloody hell was
Yeah.
that? They should have had a great scene where he's crossed the webs, but as he's crossing the webs, he's walking towards camera, but the camera pans up,
Yeah.
and the spider's kind of hidden
Yeah,
in the wall on the wall, as it
Yeah.
were.
yeah, and you can
That
just
would
sort of make it
it out. Yeah, a bit like in Beowulf,
Yeah.
where the Angelina Jolie's kind of hidden, her
Yeah.
form's hidden in the ceiling.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, it always kind of freaked me out.
Here we go. That's a bit of stop motion.
Yeah, it's
Good old
great.
stop
Ray
motion.
Harryhausen kind of style. I mean, because Derek Meddings is, I believe he's animating that, isn't he? Because there's quite a few behind the scenes shots of him there, so I presume he's doing that.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if he's
Because it's not
he's
something
doing
I
that.
was familiar with that was in his
Yeah.
set of skills.
I mean, he's a miniature. he probably built it and he built the set and all that. So
Yeah.
so the pictures you would have seen of him was him doing it. Whether he actually did the animation, I don't really know. We'll have a look in the credits, see if there's a stop motion animation credit. I'm pretty sure it won't be Phil Tippett.
No. Oh, it freezes a spider. It's like, oh, I can't move.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's all right. I'm just gonna hang here. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I remember this bit kind of freaking me out as a kid. It's like, oh, because I always thought, as a kid, all I remember from Krull was like, yeah, it was a big spider. I was like,
Yeah. Quick, get there before Shelob, or whatever you want to call the spider, decides to. Right, now that's a rear. So that's a little projection.
Yeah,
of him,
it's projection of him on the left.
Yeah, zooming in. You know, it's good stuff.
That is good. I like that.
I approve. Well done, Derek. Well done. Yes. What is that? What is that? It's a skull. We can see it was a skull. Why suddenly the dramatic music comes on because we can see it just a little bit clearer.
Kind of like the spider's like clapping his hands, or whatever.
Slow clap. It's like, come on,
come on.
It's just hard to be scared with all that glittery noise going on. little twinkly Christmas bells.
Got to get inside that ginormous Rice Krispie.
Yep. Nope. Look, it started. Oh yes, and that wasn't Wrath of Kong blams we were hearing there.
Not at all, Brad.
Down he comes. Okay. So here we have yet more kind of legend-based mystery. Because this guy's he's known as the Old One, right?
Yeah.
And he's come down from the mountains or whatever, and him coming down from the mountains is what's spurred everyone on. You know, that's why the Cyclops is there, because he says, when I've heard the Old One came down from the mountains, I knew it was time. Like,
yeah.
So there's all this mythological stuff, but
with no explanation.
Yeah.
It's like you've been thrown into the middle act of a story.
Yeah.
That's the problem. There's no real foundation for this story. It's just like borrowing stuff from everything else and kind of weaved into its own little kind of narrative, which is
Well, that's pretty good makeup on her.
Illogical, you know. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good makeup. So he's finding out for the first time that he was a dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You killed him. Okay.
Because he left her.
Yeah.
Because he had to go do, bloke stuff.
He had to go and hide in the mountains so that he could come down when he was the Old One. So
you fucking deranged bitch. It's pretty harsh. It's, for a kiss, it's a PG.
It's horrible.
A pretty nasty little kind of story.
He's taking it well, though. He's taking it well. Paul Atreides' mum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking to myself,
she'll be in Dune in the next year.
Another bomb.
Another. Yeah. How did you do that?
Yeah. How do we de-age this woman? Oh, we'll just do a cross dissolve.
Just cross dissolve. Like Lon Chaney, the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Do it like that. Well, that was easy. So she just has to look off into the middle distance, and she knows. But she's she ain't not a bad looking woman when she's out of that makeup.
You could have shouted to her from the entrance of the cave. Where's it going to appear?
Right, can you tell me where the...
Yeah. She's like, oh, it's going to be in the desert, whatever. He's like, cheers!
Like, cheers!
yeah.
Cheers. Love to the family. See you later.
Yeah. Have a good weekend.
Yep. The law of the web.
The web.
See, if we were to do a reimagining of this, the widow of the web, it would be the interweb.
I don't think anyone's ever brought up, or there's been a discussion of them trying to remake Krull.
No.
Because, you know, as they always do, they always remake movies that were successful, which is kind of a bit silly. They should remake films that weren't successful but had a general good concept.
Well, that's because
behind them.
They just want to remake things that they know guaranteed to bring in an audience. But the thing is, if you were going to do something like Krull, as you say, the more well known IP to use would be He-Man.
Yeah, it would be. Which they've been trying to do, haven't they?
There's been a few
different directors, like John Woo and McGee.
John Woo. Maybe Master of the Universe be Master of the Doves.
Yeah.
Every time
he pulls his sword out, his doves
will come
fly out. You know, that'd be great. Covered in bird shit.
Okay, so now he's got the sand so that he can, I don't like over intellectualizing the mythical stuff. I quite like this time element and the sand and all that stuff, and that obviously he knew this was a suicide mission.
Yeah,
so he knew. So it's almost like he's kind of had to sell his soul for the information. The only way out is the only way you can get out is by using this sand of time thing to stop the spider, but it's also your life.
Yeah,
going out in the sand as well. And again, I don't mind that as a conceit. I think that's quite nice. Doesn't need too much explaining. Yeah,
noble way.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't mind mystery. I don't mind myths and mystery. But it's when you're hanging a lot of plot elements around things that they need more explaining. Like, basic things, like you say, like the beast's actual, motivation.
The audience need to be informed to them to be invested. Yeah. If you're telling everyone what's happening in a very loose way.
But I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to find out, but I suspect there's a lot of stuff around the beast that's been cut out because it just feels incomplete.
Yeah,
it just feels incomplete what he's there doing, what his motivations is, why he's. It almost also feels like him talking to her was an afterthought.
That's cool. I like that effect shot.
Like,
look at that. That's amazing.
Look at that. That's lovely.
You'd be well chuffed with that if you shot that sequence there.
Yeah.
That light coming through the trees.
Yeah. But yeah, it almost seems like they're like, shit, we need to explain some stuff. Can we have the beast talk to her? And it was like an afterthought. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's just how it feels. It all feels a bit patchy.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder if there is another intention there that has been cut down. I was wondering if they went even more, if it really was a kind of a psychic torture with her or whatever, and that they went even more surreal than what we've ended up with.
Yeah,
and they thought that's going too far. But I don't know. So I don't think I've ever really met or chatted with anyone that worked on this movie.
So most people tend to not discuss films that were bombs. But it's I think if you'd worked on it, I think I think most people would be quite proud of the sort of the technical aspects and its production design.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot.
There's
Again, there's a lot to be proud of in this movie from that aspect. But again,
just,
people just
blows off.
there is another Skywalk.
There is another Ged Marshall.
There is another Colin. But again, a lot of these people, it was a job. It's like it's like I think I've told you before that in my assistant editing days, I worked with an editor called Peter Hollywood who cut Santa Claus the movie, and at the time I said, "Oh, have you got a copy of the score? I'm dying to find that score." And he's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, it's an amazing score." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I think it is, but as far as he's concerned, he worked on a movie that wasn't very well regarded, wasn't very well respected, and no one liked, and that's that."
Yeah.
And then suddenly in comes snotty little me, and I'm like, "I worked on Santa Claus movie, wow!" And Baron Munchausen he cut as well, and Supergirl.
Oh wow!
So
This is edited by Ray Lovejoy. Did Aliens and
right,
Batman and I think 2001.
Yeah, you would have thought he'd have been itching to snip this down a bit more.
Oh yeah, God.
Yeah, this is an awesome location, and the fire mares. Right, okay. There's stuff coming up here that is simultaneously crap and cool.
Oh, well, the horses run at top speed.
Yeah, the concept is great. Some of the shots are great, but the blue screen stuff is so bad.
They should have gone with front projection, shouldn't they? It doesn't make it doesn't really.
But they're on the actual horses in front of blue screen.
Yeah.
Now what are they? Are the
I think it might be on a ginormous treadmill.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Because when the camera looks down, you see the horses' hooves and you see the flames. It's really well done.
Great. That is great.
And the long shots where you see like the flame and they go over the mountain. It's wonderful. But when you cut to like just the mid shots where they're just galloping,
it's terrible.
It looks it's all like it's been put through the wash too many times. Lost all its colour. But this is Vic Armstrong had trained all these horses, hadn't he?
Yeah, something being shot in the UK with a horse in it. Vic Armstrong was involved. Oh, bless him. I've got his book. It's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think he met his wife on Superman.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Because when he catches Lois, there's that quick shot.
Right. Yeah.
Catches his wife.
Yeah, he's a good old stalwart of the business.
You've not met Vic, have you?
No, I've never met him. No. I'd love to. I'm sure he's bored of talking to people like me though.
He always, when you see him in interviews and he's making ofs, he always feels like he's told this story about 1,000 times to snotty little lads like us. Oh, that bit in James Bond, right? Indiana Jones. Ugh. Oh, he's rolling.
Is it true that you became Harrison Ford's stunt double because on Raiders of the Lost Ark, Spielberg mistook you for Harrison Ford? Because on Raiders, it was Glenn Randall was the main stunt man on that.
And that kid's bowl of hair.
Yeah.
I had a bowl of hair when I think it must be 1990s, early 1990s. I had a bowl of hair. It was awful, awful. Then a centre parting.
Brilliant.
Proper Westlife boy band sort of haircut in the 90s.
Oh, did you have the curtains?
I had curtains, mate, yeah. With way too much hair gel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's shocking.
Well,
everyone had bad haircuts.
Yeah.
I had a mate had a bottle of hairspray in his bag just to maintain his coif of hair.
Yeah, I very stylishly had a mullet.
Did you?
For a while, yeah.
Oh man, I've got to see those photos.
No.
Oh,
they will never see the light of day ever.
Please. Liam Neeson's beard does look stuck on.
It looks like Gary Kurtz.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
The Gary Kurtz beard. Oh yeah, so this is where he's staying because he's gonna die,
Yeah.
but then he
'Cause
turns up
he's
anyway.
Yeah, because he's seen his outcome, hasn't he?
Yeah,
But unfortunately, his outcome is to get squished.
squished in a door. Charming.
It's a good job they got saddles for those horses, because if you weren't, your nuts would get completely pulverised.
We never had any
If
time.
you don't get the rhythm right.
This is one of the original bromances right here. There we go. All right, James, make this work. Come on.
Oh, the score's building up.
Yeah.
This is still probably one of my probably the top 3 of James Horner's scores.
Yeah.
Such an early one in his career. He really just like blew everyone away.
Yeah.
I've got a German LP over there somewhere.
What of this?
Yeah, you can have
The
it, Brad.
German LP.
I'm going for my vinyl. I don't need stuff, so
Yeah.
you can have it.
I've got the original soundtrack on vinyl.
Have you? Oh, you go. Here comes.
Yeah.
This is it. The flame
That's
shots are great.
fantastic. That's
but
fantastic. But that is awful.
yeah,
But they're on a yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that. I like it when you're seeing the flames coming in the bottom. You know.
you can see this like cable, can't you? On the right. Where was it? The long shots. How do they do
Yeah.
that? There's motorbikes. You think?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're setting fire to like,
Yeah.
see that on the right?
Oh yeah.
Is that? I don't know why.
That is
there's
a cable.
Yeah.
Is that something to do with the treadmill? That if the horse goes too fast,
Maybe.
it'll speed up the treadmill or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or someone's at the end of that just holding the horse back, making sure it doesn't. Rick Armstrong is holding on.
They hit the brakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
This goes flying.
But that's a hell of a thing to do, to have horses running on a treadmill,
Yeah.
like full galloping, with the actors on him.
Very inventive.
Yeah. And this was the bit where when I first watched, I was confused. Like, hang on, are the horses flying? Because this POV, and then yes, they
They are flying.
Because up they go.
That's Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah.
Now.
It is.
We see the thing. Yeah, this kind of like resting on this like bunch of like floating space dust or
Yeah.
something.
Which I do think is one of Derek Meddings' best works, is Santa Claus the movie.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah,
I think the effects in that
are really
great.
good. Yeah, are really really good. Superguy's got some good stuff in it as well.
Yeah.
That's from like the year before, wasn't it? I'll show you some of that. The Blu-ray of that. It's very nice.
Oh yes. I think you hear the hooves start. No. Maybe I was just imagining.
Yeah,
that when I was a kid.
I'm really impressed how they get the sort of the long shots where it completely sells you that these horses are running at top speed and setting fire to everything. I've slowed down now.
Yeah.
This is also feels like it's borrowed elements from like Krull. No, not Krull.
Krull,
Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal, yeah. Well, that
Well, they've got to get to this castle.
Yeah, got to get to the castle. So they're all going to go in and join with the beast and become a whole different life form. Oh, off we go again.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, that's not quite as bad as I remember it. Those greens, they do look. It looks dodgy.
I suppose if you watch it,
I remember it.
If you watch it on TV, a pan and scan one,
Yeah,
it is just look absolute dog shit.
yeah. Yeah, I think my favourite track on the soundtrack is when Bernard Bresslaw turns up. I think it's called "Storming the Barricade" or something.
Oh, yeah.
thing, and it's when he turns up, and I just love that.
Well, the horse is a bit bored now.
Yeah.
It's like, what do we do?
It's like,
Didn't even get fed. What's he going to do? Turn himself into a penguin or something? Well, he turns himself into a tiger, doesn't he? These you got different kind of the guards. So these are white. These ones are. These there must be the high security.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew. Do they have to get inside it when it teleports, or I can just be holding on to it?
I think they have to be inside it because the doors. That's why the door's shut, isn't it? The door's shut because it's about to teleport. Here he is. That looks dodgy.
Yeah, it's just like black and white, didn't he? Like...
Oh,
Robbie!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Robbie! I wish I had a dad just like you.
Give me a big kiss. I think everyone pretty much gets killed off apart from
they all get
apart from the leader of the Merry Men, Alan Armstrong. Yeah.
Well, you couldn't kill him off because he's got to go and open Les Mis in a year's time. Master of the house. He isn't worth me spit. Comforter, philosopher, and lifelong shit. Yep, this is the track. I love this.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so joyous, isn't it? The music, it really is. It's like listening to this and the Rocketeer, and think which by the way, I can't believe I'm still speaking to you after seeing that top 5 superhero scores you did, and the Rocketeer wasn't on it. The music just makes you smile. It's just joyful. It's just full of life.
That's it's a beauty of James Horner, isn't it? You know, he never came to his action movies. Their scores were never depressing or dour, were they? You know,
really. But my favourite score of his is either Cocoon or Glory. Glory is fantastic.
I don't think I've seen Glory.
Haven't you seen? Oh wow, you have to see Glory.
Who's in that? Matthew Broderick.
Denzel Washington won Best Supporting Actor for it.
Oh right,
and, Matthew Broderick.
Morgan
Freeman, Carrie Elwes. It's a wonderful film. I love Glory. And that was shot by Freddie Francis. He won the Oscar for that as well.
Christ. He could easily get through that.
Yeah, come on. Why are you still holding the door?
Yeah.
Go on, in or out, in or out. Oh, yeah, they're just dropping like flies now. This is horrible.
Oh dear.
Look at him, old Alan. He sells it. He's he's earning his dough. Yay!
Did a Shatner roll.
Yeah.
It's completely pointless. Castle Grayskull disappeared.
Yep.
Just appear somewhere else.
That freaked the horses out. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it would have been nice to see what happens if they were just holding on to the outside when that happens. Did they just stay in midair and just suddenly fall?
Yeah. It's even like with this sort of geography of even the castle, it's just completely confusing.
Yeah, but yes,
instead of what's going on.
If you make
That's a great shot. The long shots are good.
Oh dear. So there's a waterfall inside the thing.
Yeah.
Quick, into this ear canal.
Should felt like Tommy Cooper, shouldn't they?
Oh no, Liam.
Because now they're going to get
done
thrown.
more. I could have done more.
They
One
get-
more life. Just one more.
They get thrown into that pit, don't they? And then all the spikes come in, and which is quite a cool sequence. But it feels like another kind of set that's kind of taken from somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the film.
Yeah, the random hall of spikes.
I think it feels a bit of a mishmash, doesn't it? Of stuff.
Again, there's nothing wrong with doing that, with crossing genres, with having fun with that and doing that. But it just feels like there's no effort to make it cohesive.
Yeah.
Whee! It looks like fun.
Yes, definitely, yeah. Super slide.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is like a way into another, to the main bad guy. You don't know.
Yeah.
That could be the correct way.
Yeah,
sliding
exactly.
Down there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh,
Shit.
that could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have left him down there as well, because now we've got half of him. Yeah, we couldn't be bothered to do that transformation.
No, we're not doing that visual effect.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So the planet Krull has tigers and dogs and
Yeah, it's basically everything from Earth.
horses.
And candy,
candy.
cinnamon bar. I think he had, didn't he?
Oh, good shot if you were going for his foot.
Guarantee if you freeze frame that, it's probably a guy with a tiger paw.
Yeah, it's probably like a
stuck on. Just whips it. I'll try and get inside this ginormous Ferrero Rocher. I'll try and dent that.
Start eating.
Start eating, fellas.
Yeah.
Great. Oh yeah, the weapon. He forgot all he'd never used.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
I love when he sort of brings it up, sort of preparation. It's just like cool. It's got hero pose to it.
No, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Badass.
Well, that's green screen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
Sorry,
Weird blue
It was
screen.
blue
Yeah.
screen in
Don't know
the
why they
day.
did that. Because the set's there.
I bet they realised they didn't have a hero pose for that moment. So so they shot it after the set.
Because there's like bits of reverse photography they use when he calls it back.
Yeah.
He's quite good actually. He's done like, pretending to move forward
Yeah.
in real time. But
Yeah.
and he sort of controls it with his mind, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah, he turns into a superhero basically.
Yeah.
He starts firing
Unexplained.
fire out of
you
his
know.
hands.
Yeah. That's because they becomes more powerful when they join,
Yeah.
don't they?
But that would have been fine if if he uses it for that one moment. It's a moment where he can do that, and he kills the beast. But then he recalls it back again and does it again to get him out of the place.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so he can do that whenever he wants now. He's the fireman.
He's not cutting it very well, is he? He's not very...
It's an interesting shape he's going for.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay, here we go. Right, there's actually quite a lot of gaps between those things. You should be
Yeah,
alright.
I think you'd be alright. I think you just crawled into an area which is actually far worse than ahead of them.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, it goes for it. Oh. Okay, you can move, mate.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
He just literally stabbed himself with
Just
it.
waiting.
He looks like another actor. He looks like the guy in Full Monty. Oh, I've forgotten his name.
Oh, well, what's his name?
Yeah, he looks like a distant relative or
He
something.
does a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I never noticed that. It's not.
Looks just
but-
like him.
Yeah. Go on, Alan. You sell the hell out of that.
Yeah, a bit reverse
Yeah.
photography.
Oh shit! I forgot how you sounded.
Oh, God, no. You can take her, mate.
Yeah. Nope.
So now it's like this.
Now
this,
it's yeah.
This now is as an entrance now to the beast's like dungeon.
And she says you must fight him away from the centre. Where did you get that from?
Where's the centre?
What's that? Yeah, the centre of what?
Is this the centre?
There we go. That's for the poster.
Yeah.
It's a spaceship made of rock and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
And... Where is it? Where's this big bloody eye that she was standing in? Where is that? What?
Oh, he's like, oh, I'm pissed off now.
Yeah.
Boom! All just explodes.
3-5.
That's great.
Nope. So he's destroying his own spaceship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, right. So this is now he's just growling like a beast.
Yeah, it's so strange they've gone for that design to have it stretched, the film. And I was saying to Brad before we recorded this, because there's a weird... The film, like the scale of the beast in comparison to the prince, is like it seems a bit off sometimes. You don't really know how tall the beast is.
Yeah, you never get a real sense of how big he's supposed to be.
Oh, it's like he steps on a piece of Lego.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I go down when I do that. So, yeah, it looks like he disappears when he falls. But all right, now we've got to lose the glaive.
Is that trying to? It's literally like Empire. Where he's trying to get his lightsaber.
Yeah.
Quick shuffle. He's using the Force. This is
Yep.
their
This is
moment
the
of
Force.
using the Force. Yeah.
Mhm.
Such a rip-off. Such a rip-off. Oh my God. It's taking me out of the picture now. Why have they done that in blue screen?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, look at it. There's no colour. It needs to be remastered. Colour corrected. THX style.
THX. Well, I'm just going to have to go over there and get it.
Yeah, this is the bit where it seems off with the scale.
Yeah. I do remember this scaring the shit out of me as a kid. when the beast suddenly... Of course, you know, it's so telegraphed. Yeah. Just come and stand in front of this blue screen, love. There you go. Right, yeah, so the glaive, yeah.
It's like he's inside, because he fell like way behind that dome.
Yeah.
Now it's like he's inside the dome.
There's no... You're just missing those connecting shots that sell the logistics of what the hell's going on.
Definitely. That's probably why it's all blue screen, because it just didn't have this finale. Because this feels like this is designed as part of this battle.
Yeah. Yet another set we've built. There we go.
Big smeggy cave.
Oh. Now it's crashing through another wall. It's like
just keeps getting covered in bricks. It's like,
everywhere I go,
all these
there's just
boulders.
bricks everywhere.
Ugh.
I really got to clean this place up.
And he starts doing big Hadoukens. Hadouken! Flames.
Oh, crash zoom.
Cool.
I always meant that there's one shot when he fires it where we pan with the flames. I
That's
always remember
amazing.
That being a really cool shot.
It is a good shot,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a good shot, yeah. Let me just spin around for you.
Yeah. And glaive is there. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I always like that.
Yeah, there's a quick edit
Yeah.
there, is it?
So yeah.
So, you know,
it's
the
just a
beast could
beast.
easily be defeated just with like a flamethrower.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. So again, he's going down like a screaming animal. It's, you know, he hasn't said a word since he was chatting.
He hasn't
with
said
her.
a thing, has he?
Yeah. So you.
He could.
It's like,
There
just
was
don't
no.
understand what he's supposed
There
to
was
be.
no like him trying to persuade Colwyn,
Yeah.
anything like that. There was no bargaining, as it
Exactly.
were. There was nothing. It's been cooked alive.
The glaive is with you, young Colwyn, but you are not a Jedi yet. Should have said something like that, you know. Losing the glaive.
There's the hand thing.
Yep,
It's
the
like
hand thing being-
what part of the structure is that?
Now that's a real tiger laying on that kid's lap.
Yeah, they probably injected it, made it go to sleep.
Yeah. All right, there's some good destructing set work here, you know. Blood. Is it? How do you know it's Ergo? It's just random blood.
Yeah, could be anyone's blood.
Yeah. Derek Meddings did a lot of this stuff, didn't he? Like, you know, models.
Just models
falling
explode.
apart.
Yeah, tons of it.
Yeah.
I think every episode of Thunderbirds
Yeah,
had that pretty
yeah.
much.
You know,
That's what I always loved about Thunderbirds, was just seeing all those explosions and
yeah.
stuff like that. Great. It's definitely the most confusing like castle or whatever, or bad guys
Whatever
lair,
the hell it is.
layer I've seen on film.
Yeah.
It's just there's no like geography to anything. It's just like a bunch of different set pieces cobbled together. It's like stand. Some of it just looks wonderful, but it's like you know, it doesn't make sense.
That's quite nicely done. Why did you stop? Keep going.
Yeah, keep going, you fools.
Fly, you fools. Oh, and by the way, I'm sure when Gandalf says that he's telling them to find the eagles to fly them to
the end.
Fly, you idiots! These eagles.
It'll undo the whole film.
Yeah. Look, we built a lot of these sets to dismantle themselves, so we're going to show you in all of them. Yeah, look, so he's recalled the power of the flame.
That's really good. The bottom left, you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's great framing, that. I like that. There they go.
Was there a bit of like singing there? Someone went la 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 like that bit. It was really weird.
I whistled.
Oh, it's probably you then. Oh, I didn't hear that bit. I've got really confused. I thought someone's singing.
My angelic whistling. Oh,
there's the eye.
Right, yeah. So what? Where's this?
Where's the eye?
What's this?
What
is this? What's going on? Where is that? And everything's going to float upwards. Why the hell not?
Because
it's actually quite a cool effect.
Yeah, it's upside down, isn't it, basically?
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. You just feel that these shots here, you need a little bit of dust or something coming in the frame, just a little something to connect it with the massive destruction that's going on just off camera.
It all disappears. They go, "No, I'm gonna kind of miss this big castle."
Yeah,
I was getting quite used to it.
Yeah,
hanging around.
I was just managed to find my way around it, figure out where things were, where the big eye was. Yep, let's come on, let's make the most of this, guys. We're gonna see this. We spent a lot of money destroying this model. We're gonna show you every bloody last second of it.
I think it does. It end with a sort of narration.
Yeah, I think it does
with the old man.
Yeah,
I think
the old one.
The old one, yeah.
Freddy. How do you know that? Yes. Never mind all the dead people.
Yeah, we've all forgotten about Liam Neeson and Robbie Coltrane.
Yep. See, they could have cut away to Robbie Coltrane just kind of waking up, going, "Actually, I'm all right," and then what? He goes up with the
sent into space. All this land will be yours. What the curtains?
And the curtains.
There's nothing there to fucking rule. Where are the people? The galaxy?
Really? Wait, yeah.
What? How can you make claim to the galaxy when you can't fucking leave the planet? So stupid. Literally, all this land will be yours. It's like
all this galaxy will be yours.
Yeah. Oh, it's Alan spelt with a U.
Yep, Alan.
Just to be difficult.
Alan Armstrong, master of the house. Oh, it's wonderful. It really is just like, these are instruments and I'm going to use them. That's what I love about Horner. It's just like, he just doesn't care. He just goes for it. So Vic Armstrong. Oh, it's just still Paul's image. I didn't realise that. Or they just stopped walking and they.
Oh, there's Frozen. They're frozen in time.
Yeah. Climbing sequence.
It's like there's a lot of movies do this. Have this like because they have this. Well, this film, as an example, has this very pondering kind of pace. And then when it comes to the end to resolve it all, they're just like, get it all done quickly.
They're just off. Yeah. It's like, oh, we're done now.
Yeah.
Visual effects.
You've got to try and look out for stop motion, haven't you?
See. Let's have a little look-see. Well, animator.
Stephen Archer, probably. Mark Meddings. Must be
Yeah,
his son.
one of his sons. Yeah, he's got 3 sons. I think they did the book on him. I met Elliot. I worked with when I very first started out when I was a trainee. I was on a movie called Princess Caribou.
Bob Keane.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's from Hellraiser, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nick Dundon.
Image Animation was
Rings
his
a
company,
bell.
yeah, based at Pinewood.
Yeah, as I think me and Brad had pointed out during the course of this commentary, very slow movie, not much going on, and a very confusing production design.
We've tried to have a bit of a laugh and make it a bit fun.
Yeah, it's just a few tweaks to it. It could have made it just a sort of a good film, like a 3 out of 5 film.
Yeah, it's very nearly a good film.
It's like a 2.5 out of 5. You know,
but it could have been done with.
Rossi.
With just a bit more energy and a bit more pizzazz and
he needed a young director, kind of a lot of fire in his belly, just trying to get his career off and sort of bring off a new vision, and they kind of went with a tried and tested really route of bringing in an already established director who's made a lot of good films, but kind of on his way out of his career, sort of and
well, he did. I mean, he still had a successful career after this. I think he did a few things, but yeah, not this kind of movie.
No, it's not in his wheelhouse really. Sci-fi, more of a gritty kind of thrillers. That's PD8. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Me and Brad will be back with some more very soon.
We'll be back.
Okay, everyone, take care and goodbye.
So long now.